Epic Showdown, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Gauff and Raducanu face off in 2025. Who defends their title? Let's begin by introducing the protagonists, four of the most exciting female players in 2025, each of them with something big to defend or prove. Aryna Sabalenka, the world #1, powerful baseliner, dominant in big tournaments recently. She defended her 2024 US Open title in the 2025 edition. She also won the Madrid Open in 2025, defeating Coco Gauff in the final. Iga Swiatek, the Polish star who had several big tournament successes. She was defending champion at tournaments like Madrid, Indian Wells, etc. before 2025. She's had high expectations and is always considered a threat. Coco Gauff, a rising powerhouse. She won the French Open 2025, defeating Sabalenka in the final. Gauff has had strong runs in many tournaments and is one of the main challenges to Sabalenka's dominance. Emma Raducanu, the 2021 US Open champion, whose recent form has been up and down, but still a player with high upside and expectations. She has things to defend, and tournaments where she needs to regain momentum. What titles and trophies are up for defense are key tests. To understand who might defend successfully, we need to look at titles already won by each in 2024 or early 2025, that they would be defending in the same event in 2025. How their form has been in these events or similar surfaces. Who the challengers are, the head-to-head matchups, injuries, schedule load, etc. Here are a few key tournaments and storylines. US Open, Sabalenka defended her 2024 US Open title at the 2025 US Open, defeating Amanda Anisimova in the final. Madrid Open, Iga Swiatek had been defending champion at Madrid in some contexts, but in 2025 Sabalenka won it, defeating Gauff in the final. So Swiatek lost a title there. French Open, Swiatek was three-time defending champion at Roland Garros, having won it multiple times before 2025. In 2025, Gauff defeated Sabalenka in the final, so she took the French Open title. Other WTA 1000 big events, Indian Wells, Miami, etc. For example, Sabalenka won the Miami Open in 2025, but at Indian Wells, she lost the title to a young Andreeva, so she did not defend that one. Scales head-to-head clashes and key showdowns. Some of the most telling matches of 2025 involve direct confrontations among our four players, or near proximity, because defending or stealing titles often hinges on those big moments. Madrid 2025, Sabalenka versus Gauff in the final. Sabalenka won. So Gauff came close but could not defend reclaim there. French Open 2025, Gauff beat Sabalenka in the final. So Sabalenka lost a chance. Gauff seized the grandeur there. Australian Open 2025, Sabalenka was defending champion, 2 times over, but lost in the final to Madison Keys. So she could not defend that. For Raducanu, many head-to-head matchups have not involved her winning big titles recently. Much of her pressure comes from defending ranking points or trying to regain past momentum. Bullseye, who has successfully defended titles in 2025 so far. From the four, only Sabalenka has clearly defended a major title in 2025, namely the US Open. That is a strong feather in her cap. The others have either lost in final, semis, or failed to defend in certain places. Swiatek lost her Madrid title in 2025. Gauff is on the rise, but her French Open win was a title gain, not a defense. She had not held onto a prior title in that same major for 2025. Raducanu has had to defend fewer titles, fewer big wins, less recently as champion in big events, so the pressure is different. Prediction: who looks most likely to defend something that matters? Given all the above, here's a breakdown of who is likely to defend a major or big WTA 1000 a big title in the rest of 2025 or early 2026, and what factors influence that. Player: likelihood of defending titles or winning big again soon. Key factors that will decide. Sabalenka: highest. She has proven she can handle the pressure of defending, especially at the biggest events, US Open. With her power, ranking, and momentum, she is the one others are measuring against. She is the benchmark. Her fitness, keeping physically sharp, mental fortitude under pressure, avoiding being upset by informed challenges, maintaining consistency across surfaces, hard, clay, sometimes grass. Also scheduling and managing travel or rest. Swiatek, strong contender, but less assured than Sabalenka when defending specific tournaments in 2025, given some recent losses. Could defend clay events well, or WTA 1000s, depending on draw and conditions. Her form on the day. How well her movement or stamina holds, dealing with being the hunted, others trying to beat her. Also adapting to faster courts or hard courts if the event is not clay. Gauff, very possible. She's shown she can win majors, beat number ones, and is only going to get stronger. If she has confidence and gets a favorable draw, she can defend or win multiple titles. Matchups especially vs Sabalenka or Swiatek, handling big moments, finals, semis, health and fatigue across the long season. Also, her ability to close out tight matches, where she's had to improve. Raducanu, less likely in the short term, for defending major titles, but she has chances to defend or do well in smaller tournaments, WTA events, especially during the Asia swing where draws might be slightly more favorable. Health, especially foot or leg injuries, match fitness, confidence, choice of tournaments, picking ones where she historically does better feels comfortable, mental momentum. Book storylines to watch, the drama, the stakes. Here are some of the richer narratives that make this showdown compelling. Sabalenka vs rising challenges. How many more times will Sabalenka have to endure pressure situations? Will she continue to defend the US Open, for example? Or will someone like Amanda Anisimova, Gauff, or other emerging players steal one of those finals? Checkered flag who looks likeliest to defend their title in 2025. So, putting this all together, here's a creative forecast. Sabalenka is the most solid bet to defend major titles in 2025 or early 2026. She's already done it with the US Open. She has the power game, the form, the ranking, and the mental toughness. If any of the four are going to hold a crown they already have, it's her. Swiatek might defend some smaller WTA 1000 or 500 titles in her strong tournaments, especially on clay or where she has favorable draws. But defending a Grand Slam is tougher. Gauff is more likely to win new titles than defend old ones, simply because she's still building the number of big titles. But she could defend something smaller or medium level. Raducanu is perhaps the least likely among these to defend at the higher tier in the near term, but that doesn't mean she can't have a big tournament, surprise run, maybe defend something non-major. Let me paint a scene. It's the US Open, late evening. The roof is closed over Arthur Ashe. The crowd is electric. Sabalenka is walking onto the court as defending champion. Her opponent, Coco Gauff. It's a semifinal. The score is tight. Gauff has taken the first set 6-4. In the second, Sabalenka fights back, breaks serve in the final game to take it. Third set, nerves, long rallies, Sabalenka's heavy-hitting vs Gauff's defense and speed. In the end, Sabalenka wins, 4-6, 7-5, 7-6, 8-6. She defends. She breathes. She knows this match was a statement, not just of power, but resilience. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.